Hey guys, it's Bella, and this episode I'm going to be talking about one of the greatest eras to ever happen to the internet, which is 2014 Tumblr. And I've noticed that I feel like it's kind of trending right now, which I've been wanting to bring it back for a very long time. And I have been trying my best because it's hard to kind of capture that, vibe, if that makes any sense. Um, I wish I could post the photos I took during that era, but unfortunately they were all on the laptop I had that just fucking died one day for no reason. So unfortunately I do not have those photos anymore. So I'm sad about that. But anyway, it's been trending and I really do feel like that was the greatest time to be on the internet. And I'm not just saying that because everyone likes a time that isn't now and everyone looks at the past all the time, but it's just like the aesthetic was just so much better. And I honestly, the whole influencer aesthetic right now, I'm very bored by the whole it's either the all gray neutrals aesthetic, or it's this super colorful chunky rings same outfit from every single person kind of thing. And I'm not hating on those aesthetics at all. Some people pull them off. I'm just saying, I feel like that's all I see. But when it was 2014 Tumblr, everything was just so, just perfect. I don't know how to explain it, but, literally, and there's two main kind of aesthetics. I sound so fucking stupid, constantly saying aesthetics. But anyway, there were, two main aesthetics, and it was the Tumblr grunge pale kind of thing going on, Lana Del Rey, Marina and the Diamonds, that whole thing, which I was obsessed with and still am. And another one, I'm honestly both of these, I'm gonna be honest, was the more girly, pink, 2014, Ariana Grande, Yours Truly era kind of vibe, Victoria's Secret, that kind of thing. And I love that too. I really do. I honestly might be just going for both. Why not? I'm not going to choose. You guys know me. I do whatever I want. So I don't ever stick to one aesthetic ever. I just do whatever my heart brings me to. But, and I love both of those aesthetics, and they were just so perfect, and the pictures were always pretty. And I feel like everyone was a lot more unique during that time. For example, Kylie Jenner, I don't care for her at all in any way, shape, or form. I find her very boring, in my opinion, and sorry, but in 2014 when she had the blue hair and she was doing the whole grunge thing, she was so cool. I followed her. I thought she was the coolest person ever. I wanted to be her. Even Kendall Jenner was cool during that era. I feel like everyone was really cool during those years. Not me though. I was ugly, and honestly. But anyway, everyone was really cool during 2014 era. And obviously Ariana Grande, I still love her obviously, but I'm just saying her aesthetic in 2013, 2014, 2015, those 3 years were my absolute favorite of all time. And I still get inspiration from her old Instagram posts just because I was just so obsessed, and I'm still obsessed. She's always been the coolest person. And she has inspired so many trends. No one talks about how Ariana is honestly one of the biggest trendsetters to ever exist, in my opinion. The biggest inspiration for a lot of people. But yeah, so I just feel that era coming back, I'm good with it coming back, but I don't like how TikTok is getting to it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm sorry, but when TikTok makes things popular, it becomes lame, it becomes boring. Why do you think I started to hate the whole Y2K aesthetic and I stopped? I literally did it for years, but then TikTok popularized it and it became tacky and ugly to me. And I was okay, never mind. I still get inspiration from 2000 style, obviously, but I do it in my own way. And I don't do it in that pink Barbie, Hello Kitty thing kind of style anymore. I still but I mainly take inspiration from like the early 2010s now, because I feel like people have spent years saying like the early 2010s was the worst time for fashion. But when you really look at some of the things, like the whole long fitted, like tight tops with the low rise jeans, favorite outfit right now. Like favorite outfit right now. And that was a part of the like early 2010s. You know, everyone's like obsessed with Uggs right now, I've been seeing. And let me be honest, I never really liked Uggs. But I do think that the pink ones with the bow in the back, or any of them with the bow in the back, are adorable. I think those are really cute. But again, I don't even know if it's true. I remember, like, as a kid, like, I wanted Uggs, and my uncle told me that they, like, skin alive animals to make, like, the shoes, and I was like, okay, I don't want Uggs anymore. Like, so I don't know if that's actually true. If they actually make the Uggs, like, that cruel, like, you know, if they're made that, you know, cruel, then I don't have any interest in ever buying them, just because that makes me sick. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't want that. So I wouldn't want a shoe that, you know, had to torture an animal to make. So yeah, that's why a lot of my shoes are just kind of like vegan, like Koi footwear, Lamoda, like they have vegan. And I usually go for like platforms and stuff and heels, and Uggs are like really flat, and I'm not tall enough to wear flat shoes, so unfortunately I wouldn't be able to wear it anyway. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be wearing that trend. As cute as the bow Uggs are, I just don't want to buy something that was made so cruelly. So, yeah, anyway. So enough of that, but the rest of the style, like, I am just so obsessed with the Wild Fox sweaters. I have been wanting since 2014, like, since 2014. Well, actually, no, 2013, because that's when Ariana wore it. And I finally got my first one this summer. I found it for like $20. It's the pink star one, and I see a lot of people talking about that one. And I don't know if it's because I started wearing it, or I don't know if, you know, everyone just has the same mind as me. But hey, if everyone's starting to want those Wild Fox sweaters because I started wearing them again, that would be like really cool to know that I'm kind of starting trends. But I don't know. It's just I have two more coming in. I have an obsession, because I want to find them, like, as cheap as possible. I'm a cheapskate little bitch. So, one of them I'm scared because the girl has not gotten back to me. I DM'd her on Depop, and of course Depop is, you know, I can't trust Depop, but anyway. And I have another one coming in from, like, ThredUp. So, yeah. But anyway, yeah, the Wild Fox sweaters, old Abercrombie from like the early 2010s, I'm obsessed with. You know, obviously like the low-rise jeans with the tight top. And then 2014 Tumblr. I feel like, you know, American Apparel, like, you know, people say they're a problematic brand, and it's like, listen, like, they don't even exist anymore. I just like the aesthetic, all right? I don't give a fuck about the owners. I just like the aesthetic of it. So let me enjoy something, all right? I'm miserable. Let me enjoy an old aesthetic that, you know, doesn't even exist anymore. So I still have the American Apparel bags in my room, like the shopping bags. I, you know, still have my tennis skirt. Really just, I feel like they were such a cool brand, though. Like, you can't even deny it. Like, the whole Joanna Kushta, like, you know, American Apparel ads, and the pleated skirts, and the dressing rooms were, like, so cool. And, you know, every time you'd go in there, like, it was just so cool. Like, you wanted to take photos, and it was a really cool environment, and the clothes were all really cute. And as overpriced as they were just still so cute, and they had like their own kind of aesthetic, and I don't see a lot of stores like that anymore, sadly, like stores that you want to go into. And I miss Brandy Melville's old clothes, I'm gonna be honest. I do have some of their newer stuff, but I feel like their clothes are like really big and baggy on me now. Back then they fit me really perfect. That's why I shop there, because I could never find clothes small enough for me. But of course, every brand must get rid of their extra small clothes, so I have to just thrift everything. Which I don't mind thrifting, it's just finding stuff is very hard. I'm gonna be honest. But I like their old stuff, and like the halter tops, like everyone remembers that. The bralettes with the caged detail in the back. I wore that this summer. But I really, like, I feel like stores were just cooler back then. Obviously, not everything was better. Like, not every single... I mean, there were ugly styles during that era, but there's ugly styles now, you know what I mean? There's ugly styles every year, but I just prefer from that time. So, and even, like, music, like, Lana Del Rey and Marina, you know, they raised me, you know, as, like... I was like maybe 12, 13 years old. Like, I was just like obsessed with them, and their aesthetics were, again, like so unique. I feel like everyone was just so unique back then. You know, I wish I got to see Lana during the Born to Die era, or Marina during the Electra Heart era, like live. Like, I would do anything to see that live. Obviously I can't, but you know, and you know, I just feel like their music was so amazing during that era. I relate to so many of the lyrics, like from the Electra Heart album, I'm gonna be honest. But I just love those eras, were so unique, and music was just so good. And then for the girly part of the aesthetic, we had Yours Truly. And you know what? Like, I hate when people are like, rank Yours Truly as their least favorite album. That album is incredible. I'm sorry, like, I don't know how anyone could not like that album. It is amazing. But yeah, so, you know, I just feel like during that era, everything was just so much cooler. The internet was, like, better, in my opinion. It was, like, just easier. Like, people weren't as annoying, and just, you know, the TikTok generation is just so awful. I hate it. But yeah, so... Tumblr, we had this, we had that, like, you know, and YouTube, we had, like, what, Bethany Moda, like, her Christmas vlogs and stuff, like, oh, the internet was just so fun. Like, I missed the whole 2014 era of YouTube, and it's just, like, it was just a better time. Like, I'm sorry, like, I'm gonna say, like, and that's why I'm trying to kind of bring that back with my Instagram. You know, the MacBook photos, the outfit of the day photos that Ariana used to do. I kind of do those too. You know, I just really, I'm trying to bring it back with my Instagram. And the only thing that sucks is, you know, about being kind of unique and doing your own thing, is I don't really get any brand deals. And you know what? I see everyone around me getting PR and getting free stuff, which I could really use, because I'm going to be honest, like, I'm trying to save money to buy everyone gifts for Christmas. I'm trying to not buy as much stuff for myself, so I could buy everyone gifts. And I cannot post on Instagram without outfits, obviously. I've been making some of my own skirts, but I still need, you know, outfits. So that's the only thing that sucks, is like, brands look at my account and they're just like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, they don't send me anything because I don't fit their, you know, influencer cookie cutter kind of like thing, unfortunately. And yeah, I wish like Almighty would send me stuff, because apparently they made a post. Like, I've been obsessed with them since, again, the 2014 Tumblr era. And they apparently are bringing back their fucking 2014 era stuff. I'm like, am I like, it's so weird how I wanted that era to come back so bad, and now it slowly is. Like, these brands are even bringing back their old stuff. I find that incredible. But yeah, no, if Almighty brings back their old stuff, I'm saving my money. Because I need that stuff, because I never got to buy it back then because I couldn't really afford it. I mean, I still really can't, but at least I make some money now. I was like too young for a job at the time, you know. But yeah, so I really I really hope they actually bring that stuff back. It would literally be so cool if they did. But yeah, so that's that. And I just feel like clothes were cool. The whole American Apparel thing was just, the whole aesthetic, and everyone's just cooler. I don't know. Like, I sound so stupid, but like I really feel like the whole 2014 kind of era revival would be the greatest thing ever, because I mean, regardless, I'm going to do what I want. And that's the thing with my Instagram, is I just kind of do what I want with it now. Like, I used to only post like planned outdoor outfit photos, which I still do sometimes, but I don't really go out as much as I used to take photos, because my brother always has the car now, so I cannot go out. I'm stuck in my house all day. So that's why I just feel like everything had to be like, it had to look like every other influencer's page. And I got brand deals, but now that I'm doing what I want and like, doing something a little bit different, like nobody pays attention to me, brand wise. And it sucks. It's really hard, because I want to post more outfit photos, but it's difficult. But I do thrift like a lot of my clothes, so I try to make stuff, but there's there's only so much you can find while thrifting, you know what I mean? But yeah, and I really do think it was just such a unique time on the internet, and even the influencers we got were just so cool, and music was cool, and fashion was cool. The whole like American Apparel pleated skirt with the black tights, and that whole fit with the Doc Martens, like, it's classic. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like so many styles from that time are timeless, in my opinion. As for a lot of the trends that are coming out now, I feel like are not as timeless, and people are getting over them in like a second. But the trends that were happening back in 2014, like, people are still wearing them, you know what I mean? So that's why I think it was just such a better time. And Instagram was so much cooler, like the whole MacBook photo, whatever, like a little bit more casual. It was just better. I don't know. I have to get ready soon though, to leave, so I cannot be here too long. But yeah, so I really, again, like, moral of the story, like, it was an iconic time. And if you did not get to experience 2014 Tumblr like in its prime, then I feel bad for you. Just because it was an experience. It truly was. I still have some of my clothes from that time, and I'm glad I kept it. Like, I'm so glad I'm a clothes hoarder. But I did get rid of a lot of stuff. I like donated like 3 bags filled with clothes. So you're probably in Savers somewhere. But yeah, so I want to keep that up, especially for the winter. I might even bring in like a little bit more of the girly 2014 vibe for the winter, just to switch it up, because I've been doing the whole dark thing for a while. And as much as I love it, I don't want people to get like bored. You know what I mean? So I will be switching it up a little bit. Yeah. So this is probably a short. Yeah, it's like 19 minutes, but whatever. It's so hard to make long podcasts, because like when I get sick of myself speaking, like hearing myself, and also my voice gives out, so that's why I sound sick. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And I will be wearing my pleated skirts with knee-high socks for the rest of my life. And, that's when it kind of became super popular again. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. I love that era, and if it comes back, I am all for it 100,000,000%. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Goodbye.